That's way better. That's awesome. So I decided to buy a benchtop chainsaw sharpener. This one here is from Forester. Bought it at Menards. It was $59.99, and I have never used one of these, but I've been looking at them for years, but never really thought much about getting one. Typically, I have a 12-volt Oregon sharpener here that I also got at Menards, which works fine, but it's, I don't know. I don't always like using that. Then I have a hand file, which I like this because you can really sharpen it really well with this. It just takes a lot of time. So that's kind of why I thought I'd try one of these. And it kind of has a jig that holds your chainsaw chain in there, and then it has its own set angle to help sharpen. So if this makes it any easier and any faster, it'll be worth the 60 bucks I paid for it. So I'm gonna get this unboxed and try it out. Turning the wheel. Alright, so this is the sharpener itself, and it does look like it's at a fixed angle, so you can't really change it. So that's interesting. And it is nice that this plugs into the wall, because my Oregon sharpener has a 12-volt accessory thing here that you need to push it into. So I had to buy this adapter that had some clips, that way I could hook it up to a battery and use it. And I think I also have a wall plug-in somewhere for that 12-volt thing, but anyway. So this is cool, plugs right into the wall. Got this thing, which I haven't looked at the directions, but I'm assuming goes on here. Okay. Now this is supposed to be a bench mounted thing, so see if we can't get this. There's a couple little things on the bottom here, little grooves, and that'll catch on your bench. And that's where you should mount it, because this has to be, you have to be able to adjust this to turn it and whatever. So I'm gonna mount it right here. So I need to find something to mount it with. So I was gonna put some screws through this and screw it into my bench, but instead of doing that, I'm just gonna use a clamp. That way it's not putting unnecessary holes in my workbench here. I just have to make sure this thing doesn't get in the way. Yeah, that should be good. So, read the directions here. Grab a chain. That's different. So I might have to move this clamp. It's probably going to be in the way. Move it over here. All right, so I've been looking at this for a while, and I think I have it figured out. This lever right here, I already adjusted it, but that is what locks the chain in. So that's how you secure the chain when you're gonna sharpen it. Underneath here, there's a plastic knob. You turn that to loosen it, and you can set your thing at the degree that you need to be at. And obviously, on this chain, these teeth are staggered at different angles. So you set it at one angle, do the whole chain, and then you're gonna have to set it back the other way and then do all the other teeth at the same angle, but from the different direction. So that means this clamp that I'm using is gonna be in the way, so I'm gonna take that off. And I'm just gonna screw this thing into my bench so then I don't have to worry about it. Good enough. So reading these directions here, I have small chain. So I'm going to be setting the angle at 30 degrees. So I'm going to put it right at 30, lock it in. So I'm going to go through and do all the teeth that are angled in that direction here. Everything's locked in. Chain can't go anywhere. I believe I have it lined up properly. I guess I never did adjust the thing in the back here. That's good enough for me right there. Okay, where's the on button? Oh. Huh. Well, it looks sharp. Oh, yeah. That is sharp. Let's go to the next one. See, that's the wrong angle, so we'll have to get that one after I reposition a little bit here. There we go. Lines right up. Whoops, I already screwed up. Gotta lock this thing down so don't move. There we go. Nice. I'm gonna make sure these line up every time I do this. That way I don't wreck this chain. It's not a good chain anyway. I'm just practicing with it, but that's actually really cool. It's kind of funny because when I hand file these, since I'm not perfect at it, I probably have a different angle on every tooth because I'm not good at it. So this is actually correcting all the bad angles that I put in the teeth on this thing. And so this will actually make them all the same, which in essence should make it easier to use, or it should cut better. That's actually pretty cool. I don't know why, this is a lot funner than the other ones. Huh. That's incredible. And this is adjustable too. I adjusted this so then when this locks in, or when it falls against the back of the tooth, it lines up perfect. So everything on this is adjustable. That's really pretty cool. Crazy. That's why I love buying stuff. I like buying stuff that makes doing stuff easier. This is incredible. Why didn't I do this a long time ago? That was a bad tooth. I just corrected that. I sharpened that way wrong, and now it's proper. Now it's at an actual matching angle with all the other teeth. Awesome. I'm gonna try to show this. Okay. So here's the next tooth, like that. This falls down, it's locked in. Lock this, and then you can see how close that is. That's it. And it's sharp. Loosen that, go to the next one. This is the wrong angle, so we're only doing these ones right now. Lock it in, test it, make sure it's good. It's lined up. Good and sharp. I guess it can be fast if you do it fast, if you get used to it, and I'm sure you can do it pretty fast, but for some reason I just enjoy doing this way more than using the other ones that I have to sharpen with. Like, this is relaxing. This is something I'd like to do. Go out in the garage, sharpen chains, think for a while, just do repetitive motions. Look at that. That's another one that I screwed up, so now I just corrected the angle on that because it's probably way off. And if anything falls out of adjustment on this, you can always readjust it. I think this one's really bad. I probably really messed that up when I was last sharpening that. So this one's probably gonna take a lot off. Yep. Yeah, it's way better. That's awesome. I never did mark my beginning tooth, but at some point here I should be getting back to the first one I did. That is easily worth 60 bucks, in my opinion. Look how easy that is. Perfect. I would imagine that these grinding discs on here would last a decent amount of time. Like, I don't go through a lot of chainsaw chain, but I wouldn't think that I would use this so much that I'll probably get quite a lot of life out of this. I think that was the first one I did. So now I'm gonna double check, see the next one, see what the next one looks like. Yep, okay. So now that this disc isn't touching, means that I'm back to the ones I started with earlier. So now I have to adjust this. Let's see. I guess if I had a lot of chains that had that same angle, you could leave it here and do all the chains one direction first, and then switch it, and then go through all of them again, doing the other direction. But we're gonna go to 30, just in the opposite angle. Tighten that down. Okay. Gotta get this thing measured out. That's really close. I'm gonna leave this. I'm gonna leave it and try this. I probably messed all these up anyways, so I need to take a lot of material off to get it right. See how this lines up. Yeah, it's just as bad. Here, I'm gonna back this off just a tiny bit. Whoops. Try this. Might be doing something wrong here, but try it out. Next one. should line up better. I can't tell if I did such a bad job sharpening these last time that this isn't lining up properly, so I have to take a lot of material off, or if I still just don't have it right. I don't know. I may have just messed this chain up really bad, but I guess I'm already in this, so I'm going to keep going. Yeah, jeez, I don't know. I'm just gonna keep going, see what happens. I'll test it. If it's not good, toss the chain. Consider it a test piece. See how easy that is though? I probably have it messed up because the last time I sharpened it, I did such a bad job that they're all different angles. That's why I appear to be taking a lot of material off. See, that one wasn't terrible. You just leave it running. Whoop. That's awesome. That's really slick. If you had two of these at different angles, you could just leave them. Go through a lot of chain at once. Ooh, this is a big one. It's gonna take a lot of material off this one. This thing's not loud, so that's cool. Pretty quiet. Seems sharp to me. Oh yeah. Now I'm trying not to go too far and hit the chain itself, which if I am, I can adjust this right here, but I don't think I'm hitting it. If I am, I'm barely doing it. And we're back where we started. So that means I just did this whole chain. And this is on a spring, so you don't have to loosen this. You can leave it where you had it at. If you're doing all the same chain, then you don't have to switch out your angles. Let's take a look at this here. It's definitely sharp. So what I mean by what I was saying earlier is some of these I was taking a lot of material off and the other ones I wasn't. And that is because when I last sharpened these by hand, I probably, even though there's, you know, a thing on here to kind of help you do the right angle, I probably had the angles wrong on every one of these. So some of them, a lot of material had to be taken off and some of them barely any, but now they should all be the same. They should all be 30 degrees, which is what I set each tooth at, and obviously in two different directions. So I think if these are all the same now, this chain will probably not only cut better, but it'll probably be a lot more smooth. So I guess the only thing I can do now is give this a try and see what happens. So this is the chain that I just sharpened. So I'm going to put that on my Black & Decker saw here. This chain on this Black & Decker is practically brand new. And last time I used it, it was really good and sharp. So if I put on this chain that I just sharpened on here and it's pretty much the same, then I'll know that I did a good job sharpening it. There's a couple teeth on there that I thought maybe I messed up. So we'll just have to see. It's definitely sharp though, all the teeth on there seem pretty sharp. This will be my first chain after getting the new sharpener. Sharpened chain. About 20 degrees. yeah, this chain that I sharpened with that Forester is awesome. Very, very, very sharp. I'm extremely happy with it, and that is going to do wonders for all the other chains that I have. So I never ever got any chains that sharp by doing it with a hand file or with my other sharpening tool. So awesome.